What are the top 5 guns in World War II right now? That's what I'm going to be covering for you guys in today's video. There's been a ton of updates, nerfs, buffs, complete division overhauls. This changes the meta. This changes what the top 5 weapons are, and you're going to find out in today's video. I got a mixture of SMGs, assault rifles, just weapons that I think are the best tryhard, overpowered weapons in this game, and we're going to talk about them all in order today. If you guys could smack a like on this video, that would be absolutely amazing. Let's go for 201 likes if you guys could all smash that like button, as well as if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, smash a like, and let's get right into this. So we're going to be going from the number 5th spot counting down to the number 1. Now of course there's a lot of very good guns in this game that I would love to give honorable mentions to, but that would kind of spoil it. These are in my opinion the top 5, but in reality there's around 15 or so really good guns in this game, and these are just my opinion. But basically if you use any of these 5 guns, you're going to have yourself a good setup, and you're going to be able, the gun won't be the problem in the gameplay. Start out at number 5, we're going with the Type 100 SMG. Now the thing about the Type 100 SMG that I really love is the fact that it has no recoil, and it still absolutely melts people because of the fire rate buffs that it's gotten, because of a bunch of other stuff. This gun is something that is reliable, no recoil, but is also good at close range and medium range, and you don't need to run the most insane attachments on this gun. You don't need a grip, you don't need a quick draw because of how fast it already aims down sights. The gun basically has no recoil. It is very nice to use, and because of that you can smack on different attachments. You can rock a silencer on this thing, you can rock extended mags, you can rock with maybe a rapid fire, maybe an advanced rifling. The Type 100 is a weapon that allows you to be free and do a bunch of different things with your class setup, and that's why I really think that it is a strong SMG in this game, and it is the number 5 spot on my opinion in the top 5 guns in this game. Now on this list I have 2 SMGs and 3 assault rifles, so I'm ranking the Type 100 as my second best SMG, but of course I'm going to have to give honorable mentions to a lot of other ones. The MP40 is absolutely deadly, Grease Gun is still good. I just think the Type 100 is absolutely amazing in this game, and because of the recent buffs, if you have the right class setup surrounding this gun, it is perfect for rushing, but also posting up on a head glitch and being able to pick people off, and that's why in my opinion it is the number 5 spot on best guns in this game. Coming in at the number 4 spot, this is something interesting because this was previously a number 1 gun in the game, the Volk assault rifle. Now the reason why I'm moving this down to number 4 is because other new weapons have been introduced into this game, as well as this weapon did receive a nerf. Now I don't think the nerf killed this gun. Obviously if it did, then this gun wouldn't even be on my top 5 weapons list. I feel like the nerf, it did affect this gun. It added a little bit more recoil. It's also harder to kill people at range, but this gun still does its job and picks people off, and that's why I think that if you still want a consistent assault rifle with little to no recoil, it does have a tiny bit after the update, but if you want to counter that out, just slap on a grip. This is sort of the Type 100 in assault rifle form. It's not, it doesn't exceed in any category by any means, but it is standard, it is reliable, and it is something that you don't really have to worry about. If you have the advantage in the gunfight, this gun will do its job, and this gun will take people out. And I really do love this gun. Sure, it isn't the number 1 gun in this game anymore, but that is showing signs of a good game when the meta is constantly evolving. Things are updating, guns are changing, and I think that the nerf on this gun, while it wasn't very big at all, it was enough to move it down, but more the fact that it moved down is because other weapons just got better over time, and I still think the Volk is a standard rifle. This is of course your DLC weapon, so if you guys want to get this weapon, it was of course, available. I think it was the Resistance DLC event, but DLC weapons in this game aren't like in Black Ops 3, so I'm sure a lot of people watching this video have this weapon, because these are guns that you can literally get out of collections, out of supply drops. Back in the events, there was really a lot of ways, and anyone who's a fan of Cod Ww2 probably has this weapon. This is the number 4 spot on my list. I just think overall it really is a dope weapon. Coming in at number 3, we got to go with the PPSH. This is, in my opinion, the best SMG in this game. I really do think that the PPSH is so strong overall, and even after it's got nerfed, and the nerfs happened like months ago, but this weapon still is the one that pro players will go to, and that is a big sign of how you can tell how good an actual gun is. Of course, we can all play with it in public matches and, you know, say, oh, this gun's the best, this gun's the best. But when pro players, when money is on the line, their pro playing careers are on the line, they stick with the PPSH as an SMG, and there's good reason why. A high fire rate, high damage, does have a moderate amount of recoil, but a pretty quick reload. You slap on a grip on this thing, you slap on extended mags, and you just let your gun skill do the rest. This is sort of a gun that I've always loved, this variant of guns in different Call of Duty games. It's an SMG that does take a little bit of skill to use based on the recoil pattern, but if you have some, you know, aiming abilities and some recoil understanding, this gun can definitely get the job done and do an insane amount of work for you. And I think that the PPSH still is that go-to SMG. If I'm ever in a lobby that's like a complete try-hard lobby, I pick up the PPSH because there's no reason not to. This is the gun to go to, and this is the gun that's going to do its job. Another thing that's huge about the PPSH is the variants on this gun are very nice. There's multiple ways to change the iron sights and use different sights. In this gameplay, I'm using the Duck Soup 2, which I think has one of the coolest sights. There's also the Thrive. There's also the Snake 2. There's also just the default iron sights are also contained on the Iron Curtain. This gun has a bunch of customizability without wasting attachment slots. Now, of course, you have to have specific variants, but at this point in the game, a lot of people have different variants for this PPSH, and I think that's good because it's a way that if you don't like the iron sights, usually in Call of Duty, your option then would be to run either a lens sight or run a red dot sight with a custom reticle, but that takes up a slot in your game. However, with a variant, that doesn't take up a slot. That you can throw that variant on and then run your traditional, you know, whatever you want to run, grip, extended mags, quick draw, something like that, and this gun will do amazing things for you. PPSH is still the gun to master if you are a fan of SMGs. It still is the go-to one, and as far as variants go for it, people have different preferences. Coming at the number 2 spot, the STG-44. Now, this is a weapon that I've always said this is a reliable assault rifle, and as other assault rifles are nerfed, this gun has gonna go up in its tiering and in the meta. And I've said that for months now because this gun has not been nerfed. I don't think it's ever been nerfed in this game. However, the bar's been nerfed, the M19's been nerfed, the FG, or was the M19 nerfed? I'm not sure, but the FG42 was nerfed, the bar was nerfed, the Volk was nerfed. Pretty much all the best assault rifles in this game have been nerfed, and they've been nerfed hard. And this STG now it's between the STG and the bar for as far as go-to weapons for professional players, and that is because they can't use DLC weapons. They can only use the weapons that were given to them in the game, so they couldn't pull out a Volk if they wanted to. But the STG seems to be the go-to now, and seems like a lot of the pro players are running it with a red dot, grip, extended mag, which I think is a very, very good class setup on this gun. Or also with the new infantry, you actually get 4 attachments now, so you can run red dot, quick draw, grip, extended mags. You can do a lot of different things with this STG. If you like the iron sights, and of course variants change the sights, not as much as the PPSH, there's a little bit of changes with this gun. You can do whatever you want. I think this is a go-to gun, and this is one that honestly I don't have as much playtime with this gun because just as of recently it's taken over from the bar and other weapons, especially in a casual sense. But this is a gun that I'm going to start using a lot, and this one is going to be one of my go-tos as far as automatic weapons go because it really is the Volk that's, you know, reliable, but it does have a little more recoil than the Volk. However, it also kills faster, kills better at range, and has a higher fire rate, I believe. So those are your trade-offs you're getting with this. Of course, the STG probably is better. Those are sort of interchangeable. If you want a slower firing, more controllable gun, go with the Volk. If you want that fast firing, melting gun, go with the STG. That's why I put the STG at number 2 on my list and the Volk at number 4. But these guns are all good, and that's the point I want to make, is that any gun on this list, if you have it and you have the right class setup with it, which I do have a bunch of class setup videos on my channel, I'm going to be making more class setups. You know, you're going to be doing well with those guns, and as long as you're sticking to the, you know, the top 10, 15 guns in the game, you shouldn't be struggling. So when you're using like the worst SMGs and the worst rifles, that stuff really does become hard. Anyway, coming at the number 1 spot on my list, you guys can probably guess what it is. Brand new gun into the game, the ITRA Burst. This is the M8 of this game. If you guys are familiar with Black Ops 3, even Black Ops 2, you'll be familiar with the M8. The M8 was a 4-round burst gun in Black Ops 3 that had the ability to one burst a bunch of people, and that is what the ITRA Burst is. If you are accurate and you believe in your shot, this is the best gun in the game. for its ability to kill faster than any other gun with that one burst capability. One click of the trigger and they're dead. Now, if enemies are moving, if your shot is a little bit more wonkered, this can take 2 to 3 bursts to kill, which definitely makes it not the best gun in the game. So this is the best gun in the game if you trust and believe in your shot. Semi-automatic guns as well as burst guns definitely are ones where you have to believe in your shot and you have to be confident in your shot, more than a fully auto STG or, you know, PPSH where you can just spray. But I do think the capabilities of this weapon are endless, and you can just see how fast it melts. Absolutely amazing. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys did enjoy today's video, drop a like on this thing. I would really appreciate that. Smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and not already subscribed. These are the top 5 weapons in this game, in my opinion, as of right now. Of course, this is constantly changing with new DLC coming up and, you know, meta shifts of buffs and nerfs. Anyway, smack a like, sub for a cookie, no lookie, and I'm out. Peace.